senior, who backs up T.J. Osmond at nose guard for the Wolverines. A gain of a yard for Bell in that big game last week against Wisconsin. And had an impressive first drive against the Wolverines. The Wolverines apparently have made some minor adjustments, and now all of a sudden Bell has no running room at all.
4, 3,
Joe McConnell along with Tim Albrecht from the roof of Kinnick Stadium in Iowa City, where Michigan leads the Iowa Hawkeyes 6-0 at the quarter.
And it will be the longest 15 minutes of our lives.
Yeah. 15 yards for Iowa. He's also caught 2 passes for 24 yards.
Hi,
for Michigan.
This is Jeff Hagedorn. He's one of our producers of Sears College Football Saturday. If you pan over to him, you can see he's very busy at this point. Pan over to Jeff.
We just started the fourth quarter.
Want to read this to Joe?
Do this.
Audio highlights.
Stats.
Audio highlights. Now? Well, there's only been one score.
You're a kid when you said double brute, man. This shit's pretty strong.
There's only been Sam, when was the last time you changed? What are you like on side 2 of our cassette? Side 2 of our cassette right now, the first cassette.
Get your money's worth and a whole lot more.
Go.
Don Chevrier from the Sears Sports Center. Alabama pulls away from Tennessee. The final 47-30 for the Crimson Tide. Georgia Tech beats North Carolina 17-14. And Texas does it again. It's final now. Longhorns 24, Arkansas 20. Joe?
Hook 'em horn. That young team with a lot of freshmen on their way. Peter Gardere now is 3-0 as the starting quarterback, a redshirt freshman at Texas.
Highlight sounded like it was slow.
I don't have any control over that.
Maryland Hanks on a flanker reverse pass into the end zone, killed off the next Michigan Wolverine drive, and gave the Iowa Hawkeyes the ball at their own 20-yard line, starting back the other way. Iowa marched deep into Michigan territory.
Did you call it Tony and Powell?
19-yard gain. Nick
Yes.
Bell popped up the
It's all been
football
taken care of.
at the Michigan
Should be heard about 25
and
minutes.
Bader Murray, the guy who came up with the interception for the Wolverines a few plays earlier, came up with a recovery for the Wolverines. It took Michigan 12 plays to go 41 yards. They called on J.D. Carlton, their place kicker. 6 yards out. Here's the snap. The placement is made. Here's the boot by Carlson. It is good.
Thank you, Tim.
It's
like the infield pop-up.
He's going to keep it. He's to the 5. He goes in for the touchdown and a bootleg around right in. Michigan 5:49 left to be played in the game's third period.
Still got 2 scores
for all
yet.
intents and purposes, more or less put this one out. There you go. He's at the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5. He goes in. He is in for the touchdown.
Highlight worthy.
Before we go to commercial.
Touchdown. The Iowa pass rush.
And the man is overworked and underpaid in action. Sambo, can we have a quote?
No, not right now. Very busy right now. Concerned about the Notre Dame game.
And then there's a guy that's overpaid and underworked right behind him.
Here's our station relations representative of the day, Paula Lee.
Hi. Hi, I hate being on video. Please don't.
A lot of credit to this fine defense, only allowing.
Now we're just getting some action shots.
They only average 97 allowed per game.
What a battle, but Notre Dame won it 28-24, the final over USC. It was Michigan winning their game over Iowa by 26-12, and Alabama held off Tennessee 47-30. The upset of the day saw Texas turn back Arkansas 24-20. The number 7 Razorbacks are finally beaten for the first time. Now let's go back to Spencer Rice.
Interesting, Chevy, that we saw Arkansas last week. Thought they were as good as any team in the country. They get beat today. Earlier in the season, we saw Clemson beat Florida State. Thought they were about as good as anybody in the country. Well, Terry Allen went down, but and here Tennessee gets beat today.
I thought all 3 of those teams just looked like they could beat anybody. The days we saw them play, and these are interesting.
Sorry, I took him out. Took him out so it wouldn't interfere with you.
Maybe we're a bad omen for those teams.
Okay.
Took it out too far.
I had the old score sheet. I remember the scores. They were all halftime scores and now finals. So.
I'd say we've been a good omen for Oregon, a team that has never beaten Arizona State. They lead 10-7. Long way to go here. 7:46 remaining in the first half. Coming up, stop on the play made by.
Really get a completion. Musgrave kind of laid the ball up again.
Washington State Cougars have traded field goal, and the Wildcats lead 20-16. Jason Hansen connected on a 50-yarder for Washington State, and Doug Pfaff hit a 27-yard for Arizona. The Wildcats have completely shut down the WSU running back Steve Bouchard to 10 yards on 13 carries. Arizona leads.
Here this evening, he drops back on 3rd and 10.
Hey, can we do that one more time? Yeah, it was, I don't know what the problem was.
Sam, on the spot, videotaping all the mistakes, even when they occur at Studio B.
Oh, okay.
Everything okay, John?
Everything's okay.
This is going to be all right?
Just give me a countdown from 5 when you're ready.
All right.
Wildcats and Washington State Cougars have traded field goals, and the Wildcats lead 20-16. Jason Hansen connected on a 50-yarder for Washington State, and Doug Fast hit a 27-yarder for Arizona. The Wildcats have completely shut down WSU running back Steve Richard at 10 yards on 13 carries. Arizona leads it 20-16. I'm Brad Michaels for PIA Radio Sports. Don, in the third quarter, the Arizona Wildcats and Washington State.
Musgrave gives to the left side. He turns the corner at the 10, steps out of bounds at the 5-yard line. Big ball game for Derek Lavelle, the senior
Jennifer?
from Pacific, California,
One
who has had,
interception.
for him, a very off year.
And that's
Usually knocks him out of
passing, he
bounds.
rushed 16. Rocket.
Woodson at the line of scrimmage, giving the corner to Lavelle and letting him pick up the yardage.
Once on reception, but twice.
33 yards.
Goal to goal from the 4. Lavelle straight up the middle.
Scores. For
This just in.
Scores.
Any touchdown?
There's a lot going on back here.
Oregon leads it by a score of 10-7.
Cut.
Notre Dame wins.
Cut tape.
All right, here we go.
In the clutch.
Off and back deep, Victor Cahoon and Eric Gulliver to our right.
Hi,
The
Brad.
kickoff will come from left to right. from
We're hard
McCallum.
at work.
And kick it back
What are you
into the
looking at?
ball game. Ready to kick it on. 24-7. It's a tackle and gets up over the 35 to the 38-yard line. Good.
Many almost had that corner on the right side. He put a little move to the inside. Looked like he was going to stop, take the easy way out, keep the ball in play, and run the clock out. Then duck to the outside and almost made it around the corner.
Paul Nalu Motatulu Kalamani, who was born in Nukadalafa, Tonga.
The hell?
He gets
Is he making
the ball
that up?
again, goes straight up the middle. He is hit at the 18-yard line, and that's going to be the final play of the ball game here in Tempe, Arizona. A big victory for Oregon. For the first time in Oregon history, they have come away with a win against Arizona State. The final score here, Oregon 27 and Arizona State 7. The big ball game turned in by the big full tailback, Derek Lavelle, 30 carries for 203 yards and 3 touchdowns. The final score, Oregon 27, Arizona State 7. That's the end of the ball game. Coming up, we'll have all the highlights and stats. But first, let's go
Looking
back
at
to
the back of Sam's
Chicago
head as he
and Don
slides
Chevrier.
back and forth.
Thank you, Spencer, and we will be going back to you in just a moment or two, but coming up next, a complete rundown of all of today's action from around the country as Sears College Football Saturday continues on the PIA Radio Network.
On March 1st, Sears lowered prices on over 50,000 items and pledged to keep them low. Since then, over 1 million people have gotten new Sears Charge credit cards, and more are getting them every day. They know something you may not know. When Sears promises low prices every day, Sears means it. In fact, Sears guarantees it. So you owe it to yourself to find out what 50 million Sears shoppers know, and more are finding out every day. At Sears, you really do get your money's worth and a whole lot more.
White balance?
Yeah,
There's no place like Sears for quality hardware and great low prices. And twice a year, Sears' tremendous buying power brings you the values of Sears
No, you're
National
not.
Hardware
There you are.
Spectacular.
Just a little.
Right now,
Oh, yeah, you're in it now.
Set is just $19.96. Electric blower
It's
with
pretty much a down thing.
$59.88. But quantities are limited. Sears Easy Living 10-year flat interior paint just $10.94 a gallon. And there's more. Craftsman quality at special prices. That's your money's worth and a whole lot more.
Should wives keep secrets from their husbands?
Yes.
Why do women worry more than
Hi,
men?
Mom.
What makes you overeat? If you've been reading Family Circle, you'd know the answer to these questions. A one-year subscription to Family Circle costs only $15.97. That's 17 idea-packed issues. 5 more than most other women's magazines for less than $1 an issue.
It's left ear.
Take advantage of this offer now. Call toll-free 800-825-3800. That's 800-825-3800 for Family Circle.
Kids, just watch this
Stop
turn into a
it.
mighty monster.
35.
You don't even need any tools to put it together.
Tools. They're the only things public television offers. Learning tools.
Wait, my kids watch public TV, but they also watch a lot of harmful junk. Now, what am I supposed to do?
See where I have that
There are
Michigan,
many
Iowa
simple ways to
highlight
help
comment
your
there. I
child
forgot,
succeed.
totally forgot to
For a
look at
free
that
booklet
again.
filled with TV tips for parents, write CTV, Box 33039, Washington, D.C. 20033. A public service message of this station and the Corporation for Public Broadcasting.
Don Chevrier back with you from Chicago, and no doubt the top game of the day also was the best game of the day. Notre Dame finally beating Southern Cal 28-24 as they went back and forth into the lead of 17-7 at halftime for USC. Notre Dame scratched back. They went on top. Southern Cal regained that lead by 3, and then the final touchdown by Notre Dame put it away. Trojans quarterback Todd Mrnovich had a big day of threes. 33 passes completed for 333 yards, 3 touchdowns, and yes, he had 3 intercepted. Let's listen in now to the aftermath of that game with Trojan safety Mark Carrier.
He's a winner, basically. You look at his record, the guy just wins. That's all he I'll take a winner any day over a guy who has records and can't win a game.
So Mark Carrier, the Trojans hang their heads again. They come close but do not quite get past Notre Dame. The Fighting Irish, 7-0, the #1 team, of course. They remain across the nation in college football. Colorado is having a sensational season. They are now 7-0, the Buffalo's best start in 52 years. They beat Kansas 49-17. Number 4, Nebraska, 48-23 winners over Oklahoma State. Their quarterback Jerry Godowski passing for a couple of touchdowns, and he ran for a career-high 125 yards. In a game that was heard earlier over many of these stations, Michigan beat Iowa by a score of 26-12. And we're going to get the call from Joe McConnell. This is the touchdown that made it 23-6 Michigan.
Taylor back to pass. Looks, lobs it out the right flat, a straight past the Bulls. He's got a couple of blockers in front of him. He turns it towards the 45, cuts back at the 40. Down on the sidelines, he may go. He's at the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5. He goes in. He is in for the touchdown. Ready, go.
So number 5, Michigan, 26-12 winners over Iowa. Hawkeyes quarterback Matt Rogers had a pretty good day, 247 yards, a couple of touchdowns, but they just couldn't handle Michigan today as they turned back the Hawkeyes right in Iowa City. Well, Spencer Ross is up next with all the highlights from tonight's game right after this short break on the PIA Radio Network.
Hello, my name is Rudolph Klimper. I am a foreign exchange student here in the United States enjoying a big college football game. But you know, after studying the American Bill of Rights, something about this game bothers me.
Rasmussen back here in Tempe, Arizona at Sun Devil Stadium, where for the first time in Oregon history, they have defeated the Arizona State Sun Devils after losing.
Nothing left to eat on my plate except the asparagus. Oh, our wonderful evening is ruined.
No breakfast.
30 seconds. I'm sure I'll be in the same condition I was last night.
Scare stories about the food you like. Eating is all pretty bad.
Camera off, Sambo.
Connect the American Council on Science and Health. Box 544.
Here in Tempe, Arizona, Oregon with a win, Randy. Now improves to 4-3. Their season last year virtually ended when they Brigham Young, UCLA, and Oregon State. The possibility exists that Rich Brooks's ball club could finish up this season on a winning note right down the line with 5 consecutive victories. Of course, it's looking perhaps a little too far in advance, but the possibility is very, well, not probable. It does exist that they could finish the season with an 8-3 record.
Yeah, they consider this the...
Our spotter this evening, we're ready for our engineer, Eddie Murphy. Now, Randy and I will next speak to you from Norman when Oklahoma plays host to Colorado in a Big 8 battle next Saturday. Hope you can join us. For Randy Rasmussen now, I'm Spencer Ross saying so long from Tempe, Arizona, where again the final score was Oregon 27, Arizona State 7. Right now, let's head back to Don Chevrier at our PIA studios in Chicago. Chevy?
Thank you, Spencer. And in the fourth quarter tonight, Florida State is racking up a 22-3 lead over Auburn. We'll keep you informed as to what's going on there. Right now, we're going to take a little break and let our stations identify themselves right here on the PIA Radio Network.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, back. Sample, you're recording.
Remarkable story tonight in college football.
No, it's good.
Houston
Good
racking
shot.
up a 95-21 win over Southern Methodist with Andre Ware hitting on 25 first-half passes for 517 yards, 6 first-half touchdowns, and then he sat down. He broke the old record of 304 set in 1968. He threw almost at ease against this defense of SMU, a team back off the death penalty after 2 years, and his records go on and on and on. The Cougars, the last team, by the way, in Division I to surpass or reach the 100-point plateau. They beat Tulsa in 1968, 100-6. But tonight, they roll up an NCAA record of 1,021 yards en route to a 95-21 drubbing of hapless visiting SMU. So hopefully days will get better for Forrest Gregg and company, but tonight was not their day. The 16th ranked Cougars had their way, certainly. Well, earlier today, Tennessee took its first loss of the year. The score was 47-30 at the hands of the Crimson Tide of Alabama. Siren Stacy had 4 touchdowns for the Tide, and their quarterback Gary Hollingsworth hit on 32 passes for 379 yards and 3 touchdowns. So Alabama's 6-0, and Tennessee now drops to 5-1. A big upset today, though. The Longhorns, who beat Oklahoma last week, took care of number 7 Arkansas this afternoon, winning 24-20. And the Razorbacks running back Barry Foster talks about the offense.
Well, personally, I feel like the offense wasn't clicking the way we usually click in the past weeks, and I just felt like our executing, it just wasn't there. They hurt us and they capitalized on it every time.
Well, we have more games to cover. We'll get to that in just a moment. We're going to travel around the country for a comprehensive look at all of today's major action in college football. This is the PIA Radio Network.
Do you ever feel like the farther you progress in civilized society, the harder it becomes to listen to your true natural instincts? Because stirring in you, there's still a basic need to seek out for yourself a quiet place on this earth. A place far and away from the trials and trivialities of today's modern society. Well, Oshkosh now makes clothing tailored for that search. Wherever it takes you, rugged, comfortable, enduring. Made with fibers and fabrics as honest as nature herself. Everything from yarn-dyed flannel shirts to rag wool sweaters to thin-insulate-lined weather-breaker jackets. Clothing that not only recognizes your instincts, but more importantly, lets you follow them. So celebrate your natural instincts in Oshkosh Sportswear.
Be a nice easy week for you next
Remember,
week, huh?
just because you live in civilized society
10 in the morning to about 3
doesn't mean your soul has
10 in the morning till 3 in the morning.
Oshkosh Sportswear.
Oh, yeah.
Now at Sears.
Welcome back to the Sears postgame report. Oregon tonight, as you heard, beat Arizona State handily. 27-7 was the final score in that game. In the fourth quarter, it is still 14th ranked Florida State surprising number 11 Auburn with a big 22-3 lead. Now let's get around to some other action. It was not a good day for some unbeaten teams. Previously unbeaten they are now. One of them was North Carolina State. They had to deal with Clemson, the number 12 Wolfpack did. And let's find out from Phil Kornblue what happened in that game.
Don, the Clemson Tigers handed North Carolina State its first loss of the season with a 30-10 victory over the Wolfpack before 82,000 fans in Death Valley. The Tigers built a 17-0 halftime lead and never let State get closer than 10 the rest of the way. 2 fourth-quarter turnovers killed the Wolfpack's chances for a comeback. A pass interception snuffed out one drive, and a fumble set up a Clemson field goal. The win is Clemson's first over State in 4 years. Linebacker Wayne Simmons says the Tigers were sick and tired of losing to their ACC rivals.
For 3 years, they were kicking Clemson's butt. They really couldn't put up with that anymore. Not anymore. It's a new era now. It is. Got a lot of young people, and we're here to stay.
With the win, the Tigers go to 6-2. North Carolina State falls to 6-1 and has to play next week against number 4 South Carolina. From Clemson,
Sam is gay. Sam is gay.
Radio Sports.
All right, Phil, number 13 in Illinois was in trouble for a while, but Michigan State helped them a little bit. The third turnover led to the winning touchdown by Illinois. Came with just 1:08 left. Jeff George, their quarterback, 29 for 46, 246 yards.
Oh, it's
Let's get the call now from Dick Martin of the Illini Sports Network of the Michigan State lone touchdown.
Enos turns, halfway fumbles the football, gives it off the second, however, it squirts around the left side in for the score.
Go.
And that was it. They took the lead, but couldn't hold it. Illinois capitalizing on the turnover to come back and win it by a final of 14-10. So Illinois is 5-1 now. They'll be at least 13, maybe higher in the rankings. Arizona took on Washington State. That was a key battle out west, and there wasn't much to choose between those two teams. Arizona ranked 22nd, and Washington State ranked 15th as they started play today. Let's check in for that story with Brad Michaels.
Don, Arizona held on to defeat Washington State 23-21. Arizona held WSU to only 5 points in the second half and held on for the win. Arizona's
Washington State
defense
now
rose
0-3
the occasion
in the
in the fourth
Pac-10.
quarter when the Cougars were driving deep in Wildcat territory and Darrell Lewis intercepted Aaron Garcia pass.
You don't have to tell him
Arizona
that.
safety to run out the clock and stay in the Rose Bowl hunt. From Pullman, Arizona upsets Washington State.
I was talking
Brad Michaels,
to John.
PIA Radio Sports.
An easy day for West Virginia. They mauled Cincinnati 69-3. Major Harris got his work done early and left the game just 2:15 into the second half. No contest there. The Air Force losing for the second time today. They're 6-2 on the year now. Texas Christian winning 27-9 and shutting down D. Dallas. He just had 28 yards on the ground and just 69 yards in the air. Florida got a big day from running back Emmitt Smith. 316 yards as Florida, the number 20 team, beats New Mexico 27-21. 3 touchdowns for Smith along the way. BYU beat Texas El Paso 49-24. Texas A&M over Baylor 14-11. South Carolina downs West Carolina 24-3. Oklahoma over Iowa State by 43-40. Washington over California 29-16. Oregon State edging UCLA 18-17. Utah 3-point lead over Stanford by 27-24. Same score for the Navy over Boston College 27-24. Southwest Louisiana winners over Southern Mississippi 24-21. Toledo beats Miami of Ohio by 17-14. After the break, we'll have a preview of our schedule for next week. This is Sears College Football Saturday.
You took care of the scores and highlights, huh? Cross it out because we're done with that.
Hi, kids.
Oh, we're done with scores?
I see these
You
kids
said
just about every day.
obviously you
I'm a
must have
letter
crossed out
carrier.
that. Huh?
We're in your
Told them to
neighborhood
cross
6
that
days
out
a
or
week
whatever.
delivering the mail. As a letter carrier and a parent,
Oh, you
I
did?
have a special concern about the young children.
Good job then, I guess, because we don't want to really go with any more
Love to get
schools.
the mail and take it out. As much as we like to see them, it's better if they don't come near the vehicle.
Hi, Mr. Johnson.
Hi, Mary.
A half-hour instructional video free with your paid subscription. That's 800-367-9600. Call now.
2, 1, bam.
Don Chevrier back with you in Chicago. Our final score of the day in college football is indeed the strangest score. It's a final. Harvard defeated Dartmouth 6-5. No kidding. Next week, our PIA sports broadcasting crews will once again touch down in Tempe as well as Norman, Oklahoma. Spencer Ross and Randy Rasmussen will be in Norman when the Colorado Buffaloes call on the Oklahoma Sooners. The festivities begin with the Sears College Football Saturday show at 2 Eastern Time. Then later, we'll join Joe McConnell and Conrad Dobler in Tempe for a Pac-10 battle between the Washington State Cougars and the Arizona State Sun Devils. That pregame show kicks things off at 10 Eastern Time. We want to thank Michael Patrick O'Connor and Todd Walsh at KTAR Phoenix. The executive producer of PIA Radio Sports is Brad Saul. Our managing editors Lou Canellis and John Molshan. Our writer-producer is Jeff Hagedorn. Production assistants Tim Lindsay, Jeff Henschel, and Jennifer Hammond. Studio engineer Peter Alexico. Studio director Sam Youmans. Executive director Harry McIntyre. Sears College Football Saturday is an exclusive copyrighted presentation of PIA Radio Sports. This is Don Chevrier, hoping that you've enjoyed the broadcast and saying so long for Sears, where you get your money's worth and a whole lot more. And for PIA Radio Sports, we've got America cheering. Well, we did it again, guys.
Yeah.
It's over.
9:22. Great job. Next Saturday at 9:22, we stay in 4 hours to go.
Saying Don Roberts might play a third break in the second
Right.
quarter.
Yeah, first quarter.
First break.
Yeah. Pre-game.
Yeah.
Pre-game. That's up.
Hey, no cameras in here. No cameras.
It's all over. I gotta do something.
So, there's the money, man. Just give me the stuff. All right, take care.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, see you later,
Bye,
Don.
guys. Okay. Happy shooting.
Yeah, thanks. Chung, where are you going? It's not over yet.